Today we will review 6th grade math lesson 9.3. This lesson will cover how to use multiplication and division equations to solve problems. Here's your I can statement. I can write and solve equations using multiplication and division to represent real-world situations involving an unknown and explain my solution method to others. The vocab for today is again just inverse operations, and multiplication and division are inverse operators. So when you solve a multiplication problem, you need to do the opposite, which is divide. And when solving a division problem, you multiply. Similar to yesterday's lesson when we did addition and subtraction. If you would like to look at similar problems, you can look at your student workbook, the homework on page 293. I also encourage you to pause this video and complete these problems first on your own, and then go back and watch the video. All right, let's do this one. Mr. Folsom buys 8 boxes of ice pops. There are the same number of ice pops in each box, and there are 96 pops in all, so that's your total. How many ice pops are in each box? So that's what we're finding out. How many ice pops in each box? So let P represent the number of ice pops in each box. Step 3, we need to go ahead and write that equation here. So we have 8P equals 96. That's 8 times P. Remember, when the coefficient is right next to the variable, that's multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. And 96 divided by 8 is 12. So there are 12 ice pops in each box. Let's move down to these examples. Solve each equation. Again, I encourage you to show your work. Do not do equations in your head. So this is 5 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division. 5 divided by 5 is 1, so x equals 16. Again, when you're doing division here, the numerator, the top dog, that's what I call it, goes in the doghouse, and 5 is here. 5 into 8 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, bring down. 5 times 6 is 30. Question 2. I'm going to just take this away so we can do question 2. Question 2. Y over 6 equals 9. Anytime you have a variable, it's understood that there's a 1 in front of it. So another way to write this is 1/6 y. But for today, we're just going to look at this as y over 6. Y is being divided by 6. So what is the opposite of division? Multiplication. So I'm going to multiply each side by 6 so I can get the variable by itself. And when I'm multiplying fractions, remember I'm doing 6 over 1 here. And then I cross multiply, so I know that 6 divided by 6 is 1. So I have y equals 54. Example 2 takes a little bit longer for your brain to recognize it, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. Question 3. 2/3 z equals 18. So this is saying 2/3 times z. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So I need to divide both sides by 2/3. Yes, this is not very pretty, but you can do it. So I want you to go back and review here. Review lesson 3.2 if you're having trouble with this one and remembering how to divide fractions by fractions. So I know 2/3 divided by 2/3 is 1, so I'm going to have z over here. And then I'm going to rewrite this, 18 divided by 2/3, because then my brain can recognize it. 18 divided by 2/3. Oh, I remember. I need to do keep, change, and flip. We need to take the reciprocal. Okay, so now it's not getting as difficult and it doesn't look as ugly. Okay, z equals 18, keep the first term, change from division to multiplication, and take the reciprocal or reflipical. We're going to flip that fraction to 3/2. And remember, this is 18/1. So now I can go ahead and I can multiply. I can multiply across, but I also can say 2 goes into both of these. So I get 27/1 or 27, because 9 times 3 is 27. Explain how you solve 3b equals 48. So remember, that's 3 times b. So I'm going to do multiplication property of equality. I'm going to do division property of equality because this is multiplication. So I'm going to divide both sides of equation by 3. So if I do that, 3b equals 48, divide both by 3, so b would equal 16. Okay, let's do the next one. Explain how to solve c divided by 9 equals 3. Give the solution in your explanation. Well, this is division, so I know I need to do the opposite, which is multiply both sides of equation by 9. So if I have c over is being divided by 9, I'm going to multiply both sides by 9, and I get c is 27. All right, question 6. Yasmin earns $54 for dog walking. She walks her neighbor dog 12 times. So the total is $54, and she's walking the dog 12 times. Write an equation to represent how to find the amount Jasmine earns per dog walk. Explain what your variable represents. Well, if she's walking the dog 12 times, that's 12. This is multiplication here because it says 12 times. So it's 12 times W equals 54. And W means her earnings per dog walk. How much does Yasmin earn per dog walk? Well, I need to go ahead and solve this. So this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I need to divide both sides by 12. And I get $4.50. Again, I don't think I have enough room here. Here, I'll do it up here. 54 is being divided by 12. So 12 times what is 54? Well, close is 4 is 48. 4 times 12 is 48. Then I need to subtract. And then I need to bring down my 0, and I get 60. And then 5 times 12 is 60. So that's where I'm getting the $4.50. So how much does she earn? She earns $4.50 per dog walk. That's our lesson. for Module 9, Lesson 2 for Grade 6.